What's going on, YouTubes? Time for recap. Yeah, well. Let's take a peek at when we got off a little bit early today because I knew it was going to be a grind up. So I got off on my chat and said, guys, just focus the long 9:41 a.m. I was already done. I had tons of stuff to do, selling a lot of rental properties, selling the houses. We're just going crazy with cleaning. Posted this picture. Everything was long biased over this little channel right here. And I told the crew with the sentiment, if you are not under this Algo GP to the downside, you are not looking short. You are holding above golden pocket, and you're going to my final long target of the day of 572.74. And if you paid attention to the chat, you profited yet again because we love this stuff. So here was the sentiment, told everybody right here, just hold your long. So you're going right to the final long T1 of the day, and that will be it. Lo and behold, that was the top of the day. How did we do it? Oh my God, it's crazy. Nah, shit's easy. Watch this. So as we get into the day, we had a very, very strong support from an algo, right? So we drew up this guy right here, and I'll change him neon green so we can see him nice. And this high-low 5-minute was the trap. So I said very early, actually right here at 7:15 as well, I said we're going to go long into the GP, and then we decided to go long continuation for two reasons. I posted this on X as well, which we could stop over there, but I'm not going to. Go over there and look at it. I posted something on accident. There's a tagline there, and it says one of my systems that I'm not supposed to release. Go ahead and comment below if you think you know what it is, but I had a guaranteed long out of the gate here, and there's a very specific reason why. A lot of you guys that watch might figure it out. I'm not going to change it, not going to edit it. We'll see if you guys can figure it out. I'll tell you if you're right in the comments. So this algo is leveled out here in the green, pre-market, perfectly at 569.87 for support. We had a must-hold zone. So I drew this in our chat today, and I put a box right here, and we put a tag on it. It said must hold right here. And I said, well, we're closing above this really well. We should go long all morning and go to the push of the GP live, which we got right away, and all the way back up here for the full final long T1, as it says. How did I know it was going up there? Volume imbalances. The only thing you need to use ever is volume. No other indicator works without volume. So we had a volume imbalance right here, which is AKA a 1-minute gap. And man, am I the only one that does this stuff here. So long into the 1-minute gap above 569.60, 569.80 was going to the T1. We also said this in the chat, like we said earlier, right here, because we were breaking out of that green Fibonacci algo right here with perfect high lows and a perfect trend. If you look at the beautiful 5-day, 5-minute MACD, we just gave so many signals in chat, right? We're not an alert service, signals of teaching. I don't spit food in your mouth after I chew it and baby bird you and spoon feed you trades like an alert service. Never. So this low right here after the algo created higher lows and higher highs in the RSI and the best indicator in the world, the MACD. And we said this was bullish way back here at 7:30, going to the GP, and all we had to do is wait for a couple of these little sweep lows at the pre, because pre-market lows got tagged out right here, and our must-hold zone held and closed above. So literally it was just the 1-minute gap above was the target, right? Pretty crazy. And we did have a couple different little things that I'll leave for a later video. So I want to get into the SPY daily chart. All right. Pay attention. Because we are going to go over all the little things again in the last couple of videos that we went over for the 10 SMA loop, how we knew it was going long through Jackson Hole, and where it's going long to, okay? So when we rotate, I gave you the vid here that said the triple no tag GP goes to the 3618. 3618, we went short to what? The 2618. Called it. Now, what's to come? Well, we're in a 10 SMA loop algo. That means the price action likes to loop under the 10 SMA here in the blue on the daily chart and create a couple candles, full open, close, high, low, everything needs to be created under the 10 SMA, and then it will loop back up. But how do we know it was going to loop? Well, the NQ, we've said it before. Okay, we have a huge target on the NQ that is going to be another 200-300 points up or so from here, right? Because if you looked at Jackson Hole, right, now pay attention to this, we had this pinned perfectly. I'm going to delete this one so you guys can see the 1 minute, right? So overnight, we opened up right here, We have a bearish coil, okay, on the 1 minute. We took the 1 minute high low. It's in the green from Jackson Hole right here. That's the 1 minute Jackson Hole candle high low Fibonacci. And you know me in fibs. When we draw the fibs out and it goes to the 1618, we have a high percentile chance to do what? Rotate back to the 100. Another reason that I called long right at market open, as long as we maintained support. We even called the short overnight because we hit the 1618 Friday. After the 1618, generally retraces to the 100 before it ranges back up, right? Easy peasy. And as we continued the push, right, to our 1 minute QQQ, we just back tested that 22,600 and 1618 again. Perfect psychological numbers, right? So those were the other two pieces to the pie and where we were going. The volatility index was the last piece of the pie, and that was at 15 for me. So this morning I said, as long as the VIX goes under the 100 EMA, breaks under 15, I'll see you for a full long day. Ta-da. So we got those markers. Great. What's next? Well, you already know my targets. We're going up to my imbalances right here. We have been calling this on the 10 SMA loop as long as she loops and holds and closes above the 10. I'll see you boys up at 23,800 to 23,871. Why? Multiple imbalances and gaps. This is 2 sessions worth of 1 minute gaps that are not tagged. Let's zoom out a little bit again. The Jackson Hole 1 minute green that has already cycled the 1618 to the 100 fib becomes ultra bullish because of the first cycle. The cycle that goes 1618 to 100 goes to 2618. Notice where the 1 minute gap is. The first target here at 23,800. Yes, very nice. So any support hold here, 22,500 area, we will be moving up 300 plus points on this 10 SMA loop. Now, is that going to be catalyst driven? What do we need? I don't really care. We know where it's going. I have swings on that is going up to 350, and we're not going to fail or drop any lower, right, until it confirms under the GP of Jackson Hole 1 minute, okay? So let's put that in perspective. When we opened up here, I talked to my chat, and I said we had about 200 up, 200 down. 200 up to the longs if it wanted to do a strong continuation, which we weren't really looking for that because we're at the 1618 resistance, or a 200 back test of the GP. Worst case scenario, right here, right? To the 100. So now we're going to open up after the cycle's been complete, and as long as we are holding for the early part of the week here, I know it's just Monday, above 23,480 to 500, we will slowly make our grind attempt up here to 22,800 to 22,871. 70-point channel right there. That's where we're headed, because that would complete a very beautiful 10 SMA loop. We just need to get through the 10 SMA for the breakout, right? Well, that catalyst is something that we're hoping to find and hoping to use very soon here. Where did my Disky cord go? I was going to try to bring up the news. Oh, I think I had it on you guys. I changed it. So when we bring up the news here that we post every single morning, we have a couple big things going on later on in the week. GDP, but tomorrow, a little bit of not a sandwich, and then Wednesday, of course, big nothing sandwich. We do have Fed speaks, no real big stuff till Thursday. I want to see corporate profits, GDP, and then, of course, the PCE, which is the biggest thing with retail sales return Friday. So, blah, 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 blah. What'd you get out of that? Friday. So, if we do the loop, and we have a couple little consolidation days here as we gather short fuel, which we're going to burn those suckers all the way back up to 23,000, almost 900 for this loop, because we will break under the 10, rotate back up. Or if it does break the GPs and starts heading down to the downside for a September sell, fine. I got a perfect plan for that as well. But until that happens, it needs to be way under 22,400. So we're not too worried about it. One thing I do want you guys to note too is the Jackson Hole 1 minute. If you did not see it, the 1 minute is still here in the green, Jackson Hole intraday. The GP is lined up with the Jackson Hole day right here, 822. Okay, Friday. So if we take this giant GP no tag, Jackson Hole Friday, we put it up there, it gets us back to 24,000, 3618, right? So if this is the push, the 3618 from the 1 minute Jackson Hole green and the 1618 at 24,000 will be our final target for the loop and swoop. And then we'll be looking for pure downside under 24,000 via September. So into this next week here, August, if it does kick off and the catalyst is clean and we're coming into the end of the week and we push on PCE, whatever it happens to be, great. We still have swings on. We're going to hold them. Stop out is going to be way under 23.4 for me. I'll probably hold it for quite a bit here, because once we break out of this Friday's daily high-low range, the Fibonacci, we're going to be above that 100. We have a very strong magnet to the 1618, and that 1618 is going to be a huge psychological 24K, 3618, and through the gap imbalances. So the best case scenario for you is to watch anything above the 100 on the green to the 1 minute gaps. You don't have to play, through them all the way up to the final target. You never want to do that. You want to leave runners, sure, but like my swings, 80-90% out right here. Then you leave 10% on for the next little bit. You never ever want to not take profit, especially when you're pushing NQs, 360 some points. So we're going to hold that. We're going to look to our left here and identify a couple dojis. If you see these marked off as well, this is going to be a really good rejection point, all-time high doji body. And then this one right here is going to be most likely a wick. So you see that 818, we're going to be pushing up on the daily, pushing up into those volume 1 minute imbalance groupings there. And then we're going to have a rejection potential, because right now the 1 minute, again, has the cycle of the 161800. So we have a pretty clear shot in the next 2 days to be at 22,800, at least the 2618 before it calms down again. So I do want you guys to take consideration everything above this to here for the next 2 to 3 days. That's your call. Pay attention. That's a huge freebie for YouTube. If for some odd reason we do crack under that 23,500 and like close super low, we'll reassess and we have a brand new plan. But for now, 0% chance on that. We're going to be watching any dips to buy, any follow through, and we'll see you up at 22,850. So if you guys want to trade live with me, listen to me narrate this whole market, the link is in the description. You want to win some free moolah? All you got to do is be subscribed, like, and drop a comment. We like to support everybody that supports us. We're going to do a couple extra giveaways because my house sales have been taking so much time. I've been doing so much back and forth. I haven't been able to do the stream that I wanted to. So we'll kick it off here this week. I'll probably do a jump live here either Wednesday, I think, or Friday. We'll stream on Wednesday probably. So tune in that. We'll make a post on X. Make sure you follow us over there. And we'll tell you exactly what we're feeling with this beautiful long setup that is manifesting right now. So thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next. Trade safe, friends.